Hello and welcome to SudoKanard. We're here to solve this Thermo Sudoku, which was featured in the Dutch round of WPF Sudoku Grand Prix in 2022. It was worth 76 points, which was not the highest pointer, but in my opinion it was definitely the most difficult puzzle in the set, maybe tied with irregular Sudoku, because irregular Sudoku is difficult by construction. So the special rule of Thermo Sudoku is that on each of those thermometers, starting from the bulb, the digits must increase strictly. So this here must be bigger than that, this must be bigger than that, and so on each of those. So I solved it during the contest, and it certainly took me quite some time. So where do we begin? I am seeing that, so none of those thermos are really large with a length of 5, but this here is constrained because of this one and this 9. If you see the minimum value of this cell is 3, then this is minimum 4, minimum 5, minimum 6, minimum 7. And then this has a maximum of 8, so we don't have that many degrees of freedom. So we only have 1 degree of freedom. So this, and I don't think I can do more with this at this time. You can see that one is not here, is in positions in there. So let's move on. So where do we look? This here has a minimum of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Obviously, and actually this 5 only has a maximum of 8 and can only be 5, 7 or 8. Then this can't be a 6 nor a 7, so it's a maximum of 5, and this a maximum of 4, 3, and actually this will never be a 3, so that's a 2 and that's a 1. And this is not 1 or 2. One is in 2 places, only has 2 places, sorry. And I think that's it. 9 is not in here, so 9 will be in 2 places. And let's move on. So 2 is not in here, so 2 must appear somewhere in here, which is not so interesting. So here the minimum value is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't have we don't have a lot of restrictions at this point, but perhaps I should begin by focusing on this 4, 5 pair. That's an interesting point. All this one and this 3, which are not here, must appear somewhere in the column, and we see that only 2 cells can have this 1, 3 pair. So this is never a 9, and we get a 9 in here. And those 3 cells now must be 2, 6, and 9. That's not a 2, that's not a 9. Here we need 4, 5, 7, and 8. And 5 is in here actually. 5 is in one of 2 places, which makes this a 6, that's a 7, and that's an 8. So the values here are 4, 5, and 7, so this is a 4, and we have a 5, 7 pair. And this 4 makes this a 3, and that's a 1, and that's a 3 out there, which pushes the 1 in here. So a lot is happening. 2 can't be here, 2 is here, that's 4 or 5. And here, 6 on this column can only be here, that's 4 or 5. We get a 4, 5 pair in here. This can only be an 8. And this can only be a 7 now. Here we need 1, 2, and 3, so those must be ascending. And seeing that one can't be here and one can't be in an intermediate position on the thermo, one will be in one of two places, and there's a one somewhere in here. I'm not seeing anything more about digit 1. There's a 9 somewhere here. I'm not sure it will be useful right now. So let's have a look at this thermo. So minimum 1, 2, this can't be a 3 anymore, so minimum of 4, minimum of 5, minimum of 6, and maximum of 8. Because of this 9, or this 9, it can't be a 7, so that's a maximum of 7, but 7 is not available, so maximum of 6, maximum of 5. And I think that's it for pencil marking this thermo. 7 is in none of those cells, so 7 is here. I'm not seeing anything more right now. Nine must be somewhere in here. And 8 must be somewhere in here as well. I don't think I should focus on this part anymore. So that's a minimum of 1, minimum of 2, minimum of 4 because of this 3, minimum of 5, minimum of 6. It can't be a 9, so 6, 7, or 8. This can't be 7, so maximum of 6. Now maximum of 5 here, and maximum of 4 here. And we get another 4, 5 pair in this row, and a 4, 5 pair in this column as well. So 4 and 5 are bound from these positions. 4, 5 can't be here either, so we get a 4, 5 pair in here, and this now can only be a 6. That's not a 6. To complete this column, we still need 1, 2, and 3. So this is 1 or 2. That's 1 or 2. And actually, this was 1, 2, or 3. We get a 1, 2 pair here, and 3 is there. And then this row. Not quite sure what to do with it. I don't remember being stuck during the contest. I always had something new to find. It was just not that obvious. Definitely. So where else should I go? Oh, this can't be a 2 actually, because of this. This row perhaps? No. I must be missing something. Oh, 5 and 6 are bound from this position, so this must be from 2, 3, and 4. Oh, that's interesting. This here is not a 6, and it's not a 5 because of the 4, 5 pair. So 5 and 6 on this row must be here. So that's a hidden pair, and the third digit from 2, 3, and 4 is here. And you see that 7 in this box can only be here, so that's an 8. And this is from 3, 4, 5. And because of the 4, 5 pair in this row, this can only be from 1, 2, 3. No. No, actually there must be an 8 somewhere in here. 8 has to be here. And it pushes the 1 into this cell. and that's a 2. That's not a 2, that's a 2. So there's a 2 in one of those, so that's not a 2. Those are 2, 7, and 9. I can remove 9. But this is not 2 or 7, so that's a 9. And then I still need, I'm not sure what I was about to say. Oh, this 8, that's a 6, that's a 5, that's a 4. Now that's a 5, sorry, that's a 4. A 5 here, 4 and 5 down there. That's not a 5 anymore. We're slowly getting there. And interestingly, putting a 3 here would make this a 4, which would break. So that's a 1. And now all candidates here work. This can only be a 2, so that's a 1, and that's a 6. That's not a 2, 2 is here. That here is a 2, which resolves the 7 2 on top. So the rest should be plain standard Sudoku, but I'm losing my stamina on this puzzle. This can only be a 5. A 9 is in here, that's an 8. This 5, this equates the 5 and the 4. Here I get a 3 4 pair, sorry. I need the 7 and an 8. So this fixes a lot of stuff. Here I need a 3 and a 4. So 4 is here, that's a 3. This 4 now fixes a lot as well. That's a 3. That's a 1, that's a 4. That can only be a 6, that's a 9, that's a 6. That's a 9, that's an 8, I think. That's 1, and that's a 3. And that's correct. Alright, so as I was saying, it was on the more difficult side of things for this round. And it was not that hard if you noticed the hidden pairs, the hidden triples and such. But you need to have a good technique of how to use Thermo Sudoku and how to do proper standard Sudoku. So it was definitely up there in terms of difficulty in this round. And it was very well constructed, I should add. Thanks for watching this video and see you soon on SudoKanard.